From Odoo. This video is going to be showing you how to do prepayments or down payments, both from a sales side and a purchase side. In Odoo, we already have the native behavior of accepting a down payment on a big order with a client. So for instance, we have this client who has a big service that we're providing them, and I'm going to make it a $50,000 sales order. When you save this information and confirm it, what happens next is you need to provide the service. However, you can create the invoice beforehand if you want to do a down payment, and you can do a percentage or a fixed amount. I'll do 50%, leave it simple, and it will create the invoice and automatically assign the down payment product with the 50% amount and hitting the account you specified. I needed to make this account and actually assign it to the down payment product. Otherwise, Odoo has another account you'll hit, but this is probably the preferred account. And you can, of course, customize it and make it your own. So once you validate this, as you'd expect with the other information, you'll look at the journal entry and see that your accounts receivable is correctly debited and your unearned revenue is correctly credited. Diving into unearned revenue, you will see that it is actually a current liability account. So now, going back to the sales order, and you create another invoice, when you actually provide the service, you're going to specify invoiceable lines to deduct the down payment, which you'll see down below. Now I create and view the invoice. It's going to correctly hit the service and deduct the down payment. Validating this will correctly hit the correct accounts, and it will reduce the unearned revenue by debiting it and crediting the full service income. So when you hit the unearned income originally, it's a credit, and then it gets reduced down to zero so that you don't have to, it's now been transferred back into service income. Now the same concept will apply on the purchase side. However, the only difference is that Odoo doesn't have an innate feature to do this automatically for you, so it's a little bit more manual. You're going to specify the vendor. You're going to add the big service, the whatever amount you want. In this case, I'll make it 100,000. In some places, you are not taxed on services, and sometimes you are. However, you confirm the order. Nothing has been delivered yet. You're going to create the bill. This is going to be down payments. Obviously, can't do this full amount. So what you're going to do is you're going to change the product, down payment. It's going to hit the prepaid expenses, the quantity you want, and the amount. In this case, I'm going to make it 50% as well. So now when I validate this, my prepaid expense is going to be hit. Look at the invoice journal entry. Accounts payable goes up as a credit. My prepaid expense goes up as a debit. It is an asset because it is I prepay for it, so therefore services are owed to me. So now when I go back to the bill, here's the original one. I'm actually going to create a new bill. It's going to, again, pre-populate the information provided previously. You'll make this the 1 unit, as well as then bring back the down payment. You'll make it negative, and for the 50,000 that you already previously hit. So now you owe the vendor 50,000 more. When you click Validate Now, you'll look at the journal entry, and the prepaid expense will be credited correctly. The accounts payable will be credited, and your full expenses will be aligned. You can see all this back in the accounting application. Look at the journal items. We can group by account, journal entry. You'll see all the different bills, and I want to focus on the prepaid. So we'll look at the different bills. So the ones here, you'll see 50,000 was debited to increase my asset for my prepaid expenses. And when I created the second vendor bill to finish up the work, it's now credited, reducing it to zero. And my name is Richard. If you have any other questions about how to do down payments, let me know.